Alright, so we have a couple of things to discuss today. This one should be short though. For starters, that new opening cinematic movie we got, fire. So glad we finally got a clean version of whatever the name of the song is, Would You Die For Love? I think that's the name, don't quote me on that. By 𝐼𝐲𝐬𝐬. Fire, bro. Love this song. I'll be listening to this 1-minute version until the full version drops, that's for sure. But the real meat of this video, the real discussion I want to have with everyone is the likeliness that this roster is actually finished after all. I know most of you probably seen the 𝐤𝐬𝐞𝐞 video. I didn't bother watching it. So I don't know what he said in the video, but I know a lot of people on Twitter was losing their mind because they're like, what? The roster is finished? Says who? And then here we are a week later, or a couple days later, and we actually don't get another character trailer, which would imply that the roster is finished, right? Because the way this usually worked, or at least a couple of times, is we'll get a special trailer before the Monday, and then the character revealed in the special trailer will be who we get the character trailer for on Monday. That's how it worked with 𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐞. Was it just those two, or was there another one? I can't remember. But we did recently just get another special trailer, and that one revealed 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐞, so naturally a lot of us were expecting 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐞's character trailer today, and that obviously just didn't happen. We got another opening cinematic movie, which to me means that next week will probably be 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐞's character trailer, since again he was in this one. He was at the tail end, at least 𝐿𝐲𝐬𝐞, you could see him in 𝐿𝐲𝐬𝐞. Now I've said for a while that 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐞 would be the final character reveal, but I did think there would be more characters before him, and that's just not the case, which is so strange. I don't want to complain about this roster because for the most part I am, like I said in the Stark video, completely content. I have all of my favorites here, with the exception of a few 𝐼𝐼𝐳𝐼, and obviously anyone from 1,000-Year Blood War or Lost Agent. But aside from that, all of my favorite characters are here. I'm not one who should be complaining, but my heart does go out to you 𝐼𝐼𝐳𝐼 fans. My condolences. But what's so strange to me is Kai and Sheba made the roster. Evidently, 𝐿𝐲 actually isn't going to be in the roster. I was thinking 𝐿𝐲 trailer today and then 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐼 next week. That doesn't seem to be the case because we're not getting a character trailer today. There's no character today. And I don't think they would announce 𝐿𝐲 before launch and then not give 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐼𝐽 his character trailer. Like, possible that they would drop both on the same day, but I doubt it. At this point, I feel like if we were getting more characters, we would have seen more characters. So with that being the case, the only character they keep teasing to us is 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐼𝐽. In these last two trailers, or in this opening cinematic movie and a trailer from last week, the only character they teased to us is 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐼𝐽. So that's it. That's the last character to be in the roster. And I heard a lot of people on Twitter saying that what 𝐤𝐬𝐞𝐞 was insinuating is that he's a story mode only character, or you unlock him in the story, something like that. I refuse to watch the video. So you can feel free to correct me on any of that information in the comments. But from what I'm gathering is that 𝐑𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐼𝐽 is the last character on his roster. And it's just kind of crazy to think about. I mean, for what it's worth, I would say that this roster is definitely good. Like, there are some glaring omissions, but I don't think it holds the roster back overall. And there's a handful of characters that I don't think should have made the cut when others didn't. But at the same time, I think what we have is good. Like, let's keep in mind that this is the first Bleach game in over a decade. Let's keep in mind that this will probably, if successful enough, spawn sequels. So any characters missing now could be in the sequel. Not to mention DLC. The 1,000-Year Blood War Season Pass probably won't be the only DLC pass, so a lot of the missing characters could come down the line later. But where things stand right now, the base roster for this game, I think it's good. I think it's solid, and I don't think it warrants a lot of the negative reactions I've been seeing online, which you could say that's easy for me to say because my favorites are here, which I get it. I do feel that 𝐵aragon missing is not necessarily, I mean, like, I get why people want 𝐵aragon in the game, but I've been saying ever since the first roster predictions video I made that I don't think he'll be in this game, at least not as a playable character. I fully expected 𝐵aragon to just be a boss ever since day one, and seems like my speculation was correct, but I do still understand why 𝐵aragon fans would want a playable 𝐵aragon. I mean, it is just a little odd to not have the top 3 as Spada at least, right? If you're going to have number 1 and number 3, why not have number 2, right? But yeah, I digress. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this roster? Are you guys satisfied? Are you upset? Are there characters you're missing? There's this one user that was in my comments not too long ago, and they fully expected every character from 𝐤𝐼𝐧𝐝 to be in this game, with the exception of like the movie characters. But they were under the impression that this game would use a roster similar to 𝐤𝐼𝐧𝐝. I didn't expect that. I felt like that would have been a bit much for, you know, how deep this game is. You know, with all the unique combo mechanics and all that stuff going on, the character models, the length of the story, graphics and all that, I would have never expected this to just off the bat have a roster like 𝐤𝐼𝐧𝐝. Honestly, I didn't expect it to do as much as Blade Battlers 2. But here we are. It's close. It's not as sizable as either of those games, but it's close. And for the first entry in what might be a series, I think that's good. So are any of you guys upset with this roster? Let me know. Let's discuss. And real quick, if my computer doesn't crap out on me, there will be a double upload today, so keep an eye out on that if you're interested. If you're watching this after the day it was uploaded, then just completely ignore the statement. But anyway, yeah, Rebirth of Souls roster is completed. The last character we're getting is 𝐞𝐥𝐬𝐞𝐞. No 𝐼𝐵, no Baragon, no Yami, no the rest of the Espada. It is what it is. I think the roster is still good, and I think that this will be my final discussion video on the game prior to launch. We can continue to discuss in the comments from there, and yeah, that does it for this video. Before I close out, as always, I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to my members, Jack, Sosa, Zeno, appreciate you guys. To anyone that's not a member yet, consider supporting the channel, hit that join button, see if any of those perks interest you. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and yeah, I'll catch you guys whenever.